Dominican Friars in Rwanda. Meditation of Friday of the 12th week of Ordinary Time. Lord, if you will to do so, you can purify me. Brothers and sisters, whenever it is about leprosy in the gospel, we should remember that according to Jewish law and mentality, leprosy was the worst disease known as to be dangerously contagious. Thus, whoever was affected by it was considered as a deadly threat to everyone around him. So for the safety of all, the leper has to be avoided and rejected, and suddenly he lost all esteem and all rights to approach others. However, in today's gospel, the leper dares to overlook the prohibited when he approaches Jesus. But it must be noticed that in his approach, he does not do anything arrogant or rude. He does not come to Jesus by claiming his rights or crying out for the social injustice that was inflicted to him. On the contrary, within a remarkable humility, he recognizes himself unclean and kneels before Jesus, begging him to have mercy on his impurity. And here we can imagine the distress of this poor man who, despite all, deeply believes that the force of life emanating from Jesus can overcome the force of death and the force of physical suffering to which he was subjected. And Jesus, in his turn, braves the prohibited, whereas, according to the law, he should neither allow himself to be approached by that unclean man, nor touch him, at the risk of making himself unclean and being excluded from society. But he is rather driven by the perfection of his love and mercy, which always surpasses the imperfections of human thoughts and action. Because in front of him does not see a leper to be rejected, but a man to be saved, a prisoner to be released. And as you know, brothers and sisters, usually contagion goes the wrong way. It is the evil that communicates itself and tries to corrupt the good. But in today's gospel, there is a reversal of the movement. Instead of going from the sick man towards the healthy one, the contagion goes rather from the healthy man, Jesus, towards the sick. And let us also note that in that time, leprosy was a sign of inner evil. It was thought to have come from an internal disorder. Therefore, a leper was each person initially affected by inner evil, the sin. Brothers and sisters, the leprosy of sin affects us all, without exception. So may the Spirit of the Lord maintain in us the courage to recognize and humbly confess our inner impurity before our God, in order to make possible the progressive contagion of the divine life coming to purify and renew our lives. Amen.